Narrator. Outlander Season 7 Episode 7, titled A Practical Guide for Time Travelers, ends with a shocking cliffhanger that leaves the fate of several characters in jeopardy. The episode follows two parallel timelines. One in the 1970s, where Brianna and Roger deal with the threat of Rob Cameron, and one in the 1770s, where Jamie and Claire face the consequences of Buck Mackenzie's arrival. In the 1970s, Brianna and Roger are visited by Rob Cameron, a fellow historian who is obsessed with Roger's father's research on time travel. Rob pretends to be friendly, but he secretly steals Roger's notebook, which contains a manual for time travelers that Roger has been writing for his children. Rob also kidnaps Jemmy, Brianna, and Roger's son, who have the ability to travel through the stones. Brianna and Roger realize that Rob intends to use Jemmy as a blood sacrifice to activate the stones, since he doesn't have a gemstone of his own. They rush to Crane and Dunn, the stone circle where Rob has taken Jemmy, but they are too late. They find Jemmy's scarf on the ground, but no sign of Rob or Jemmy. They fear that Rob has taken Jemmy to the past, or worse, killed him. In the 1770s, Jamie and Claire are surprised by the arrival of Buck Mackenzie, Jamie's nephew and Roger's ancestor. Buck is the illegitimate son of Dougal Mackenzie and Gillis Duncan, and he has traveled from 1739 to 1778, following his wife, Morag, and their children, who were sold as indentured servants. Buck tells Jamie and Claire that he needs a gemstone to go back to his family, but he doesn't have one. Jamie and Claire decide to help Buck find a gemstone, but they are unaware that Buck is also wanted by the British for being a rebel and a traitor. They take him to River Run, where Jocasta Cameron, Jamie's aunt, lies. Jocasta has a collection of gemstones that she inherited from her late husband Hector. However, when they arrive at River Run, they discover that Jocasta has been arrested by the British for harboring rebels. Jamie and Claire manage to free Jocasta from the British soldiers, but they are pursued by them. They escape to the woods, where they meet up with Buck and Ian Murray, Jamie's nephew and Buck's cousin. They decide to split up. Jamie and Buck will go back to River Run to get a gemstone, while Claire and Ian will go to Fraser's Ridge to warn Fergus and Marsali about the British. However, things don't go as planned. Jamie and Buck are ambushed by the British soldiers at River Run. Jamie is shot in the leg and captured by them. Buck manages to get away with a gemstone, but he doesn't know where to find the nearest stone circle. Claire and Ian are also attacked by a group of bandits on their way to Fraser's Ridge. Claire is knocked unconscious and Ian is wounded by an arrow. The episode ends with Jamie being taken away by the British soldiers, who plan to hang him for treason. Buck wandering in the wilderness with a gemstone. Claire lying on the ground with a head injury, Ian bleeding from his shoulder, and Brianna and Roger staring at the empty stone circle, wondering what happened to their son. Narrator. The ending of Outlander Season 7 Episode 7 sets up an explosive mid-season finale that will reveal the fate of these characters and their families. Will Jamie survive his capture? Will Buck find his way back to his wife and children? Will Claire recover from her injury? Will Ian heal from his wound? Will Brianna and Roger find Jemmy? And what will happen when they meet their ancestors in the past? Find out in Outlander Season 7 Episode 8,